truck, lands in my fifth wheel, sleep about 20 slab deep, blowing sweet, showing beat on the streets. And that boy crowd, watch me ball up and down the street wall, sending my truck.
Hey man, what it do? It's your boy Grade A Dre, CEO and founder of PBG Film Productions and PBG the agency. We on our 6th episode of PBG Unplugged, lifestyle, culture, and entertainment. Today we got a very influential staple in the city of Houston. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis made, Houston paid. We got the one and only Laybo.
What's the word, baby?
What's up, baby?
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
chilling.
For those of you who don't know, Laybo is a serial entrepreneur from clubbing to automotive, restaurants. Is there anything that we don't know about that I didn't speak on besides those three?
Those was the main three. I had some tax franchises and stuff too. I had that for a long time. That was really one of my main jump offs that really did well for me in here. I'm in Houston though, for real.
So, being from St. Louis originally, what brought you to Houston?
Man, I came down here to visit.
Yeah.
I came to visit, get away from that environment we used to up there. And man, it just it was like a breath of fresh air down here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never go back.
And so when you made your final move to Houston?
Like 2007.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been here for a minute.
I've been here for a minute, yeah. So
for a
I got
minute.
my oldest kid, he 16. So I was here right before I got here, like a year before I had him.
Okay, so being that you are originally from St. Louis, what made you say, you know, this the place for me, this gonna be my where I make my market? Like what made you want to dabble into the Houston entrepreneurship side of things?
Man, really, I always been an entrepreneur. I always been a hustler. Even in my city, I was on the same type of time. But I mean, not to sound crazy or nothing, but it's green down here. It was just it was easy, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I wouldn't necessarily say easy, but I could do stuff here that I could never do in St. Louis. And it fly, you know what I'm saying? And it's prosperous. People support you. Maybe because I was a stranger at that point, you know what I mean? So it was like, it wasn't no hatred of, man, that's Laybo shit, I ain't going over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or that Laybo from such and such area, we don't fuck with them niggas from over there.
So that's how it is in St. Louis?
Yeah, no, hell yeah.
I never knew that.
It's a lot of crabs in the bucket, for real. Nah, for sure.
So coming here, raising your kids in Houston versus how you grew up in St. Louis, what would you say the obvious differences is in bringing them up here versus out there in St. Louis?
Just the environment. It's a such thing as being a product of your environment, and I can clearly see that my children are a product of their environment rather than being a product of the environment that I came up in. You know, so I mean, we seen a lot more and we didn't see a lot more. Like, we seen different things. My kids get to experience things that I didn't get to experience, you know? So just that, like just being a product of the environment. I don't get it twisted. My mama was a great mother, you know?
Right.
It was just the areas we was in, you know what I'm saying? She was a single parent, so it was what it was, you know? So
I can dig that. Migrate to Houston, hit the ground running. What was the first thing that you did when you made your official move to Houston?
man, you mean business-wise?
Business-wise.
First thing I did when I first got to, man, I came to Houston and I didn't want to be Laybo. I was already Laybo in St. Louis. I came to Houston and had to try, got a job. I was like, man, I'm gonna do a whole nother avenue. I went and I lied on I've been to college for like 2 semesters. So I lied on a resume, got an IT job with Verizon, and I'm cool. I got me a little salary job.
Right.
I'm cool, man. I'm sitting in that place for like a week, like, nah,
This ain't it.
this ain't it. I gotta get outside. But I was broke though, you know? So, and at this time, I'm messing with my son, mom, man. She was popular, you know what I'm saying? So I'm messing with her and we hitting different, you know, I'm hitting different clubs. She taking me to certain shit. And I'm moving in right where I get in at. Shit, my first interaction, I end up meeting this man, the man who used to own a club called Grasshopper downtown on Main Street. And it was crazy, bro. I did one Friday night, so I had a best friend down here named, his name Jay Dirty, that's still my best friend to today. we end up, he had some partner. He was going to TSU. He had some homeboys that went to TSU. So I just grabbed all them up like, man, look, y'all niggas popular. I don't know nobody, but I know how to do this shit.
Right.
Like, let's get some money. You know what I'm saying? So we had a little group of people, a little group of 5 people, and we called it Fab 5. And man, we did one party on a Friday and shit, the motherfucker took off. We had about 400 people the first night. The owner was like, you wanna do every week?
Yeah.
We was like, nah, we ain't ready for every week. So we started doing once a month. So we was doing once a month events, man, and it just took off from there, man.
Yeah, so being that the Houston club culture embraced you so much, what was, after that first event or those first couple of events, what did you say to yourself like, damn, what was that experience like for you?
Man, seeing how much they adapted to me, and I ain't gonna lie, a lot of my success starting off was really from Fifth Ward. Like, I used to go over there and hoop and gamble, you know, do different shit in Fifth Ward. So that Fifth Ward was my strongest following. But I think it's because of my environment I came from. I felt comfortable around them people, you know. So they was my biggest supporters when I started off, bro. And it was more so of like, I felt at home. So like my first little success was like, man, this feels like I'm at the crib. But it ain't too many niggas that I know that's hating, you know.
Right.
Shit like that. So it was cool, man.
So being like in Fifth Ward, you said it resonates home for you. Outside of the love part of it, what's some of the bad experiences that you had like on your entrepreneurship journey as a club promoter starting out?
Man, just dealing with a lot of these niggas that's in the industry. You know, if I could, I wouldn't deal with nobody. You know, but at the end of the day, you can't do everything by yourself, bro.
Right.
You know, but sometimes partnerships are the worst things you can do. Money will change anybody, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Not even having money, not having money change a nigga too. You never know what a nigga do when he down in his pockets, you know what I mean? So
Survival mode,
yeah,
motherfucker.
nigga snake anybody for some money when he broke. But just that really, man, I mean, I ain't really have no bad experiences down here. Like, motherfuckers don't play with me like that. I don't pretend to run around like I'm just macho man and nothing, so I don't have no issues.
Yeah, respect.
My only issues is niggas just dealing with niggas, like partnerships and promoting niggas. Like this industry probably the weakest and gayest industry you can be in. Like dealing with promoters, bro.
Yeah.
That shit weak as hell.
So do they be on some just hating shit, or just do you see more hate or more envy?
I think it's both. It's more so of like, for one, a lot of promoters don't do this shit for hustle. I do it for hustle. I do it to get money. A lot of these people do it because they was probably squares or something when they was growing up. You know, this the only way they fuck with hoes, or this their life. You know, they ain't got nothing else to do. I do this shit and go home to my kids. Well, did it? I don't promote no more at all. So, but I mean, it was both sides, man. You know, especially dealing with when you got to deal with bottle girls and certain nights, and niggas, you got a Friday night and this nigga start another Friday night. Now they want to do free, and niggas killing your nights and they don't make no money. It was just a lot of weird ass.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah.
So being that we got promoter side, and I know you was in the automotive game for a minute. How was that? Like, what made you want to do that?
If anybody know, they know like cars are my passion. I never did that to really make money. That's just like my passion, you know. So, like, man, I done had over 100 cars.
Damn it.
Yeah, so when I opened an automotive place, I had about 14 of my own cars that I was restoring. And I just did it just to have my own floor lifts, my own storage, you know. Of course, I wanted to make money out of it as well to keep the overhead paid and stuff like that, but cars are one of my hobbies, you know. That's what I want to forever be my, you know, most niggas wear jewelry and
Yeah.
I don't do that. I'm a car nigga, you know.
So y'all did one of my cars over there. They was the first people to tint my front windshield.
Oh yeah.
On my GLE here. Yeah, I was over there.
Yeah, damn right.
I went over there to get I think I went over there to get my sunroof fixed on my Benz. And I was like, shit, man, fuck it. Tint the front windshield. That was the first time I did that. I seen niggas do it and shit. I was like, man, fuck it. No, it wasn't my windshield. It wasn't it was my windshield. Y'all replaced my windshield because I had got a crack in it and tinted that out.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it was. I broke the sunroof later. Trying to let that bitch open on the freeway. bro, the wind knocked that whole motherfucker off. I say, Benz charged me $4,000 to get that bitch fixed.
Yes.
On my damn sunroof. So the car thing was a hobby. What was some of the for people that don't know, like, what is some of the ins and outs of running an automotive business? Cause you got the insurance side of it, you got the restoration side. Like, what's some of the things that
Man, really, the biggest thing in that industry is just having people that know about cars. You know, I'll never jump into a business that I don't know about.
Right.
I would never do it. I'll never invest in something that I don't know about. If I can't do it myself, I'll never open it up. So I know a lot about cars because I've been doing this shit fucking with the cars since I was like 14, 15 years old. But I mean, that's just just being knowledgeable, you know, and having the connects to be able to connect the A with the B to make sure you can get the job done for real. But you gotta have a passion for that car shit. It's just,
yeah, cause that shit is blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a passion for that shit. You gotta love that shit.
And you gotta have the patience.
Oh yeah.
Cause I fuck with the cars too, like, bro, you gotta have patience, shop to shop.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing all that.
Your customers gotta have patience.
And you gotta have that money too.
Yeah.
That money ain't that car shit ain't for no broke nigga for sure.
Nah, unless you going the cheap route.
Yeah, unless you going the cheap route, you gonna be bundled out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So being, you know, your car, your automotive discipline and that right there. Now we got Leighton's.
Yeah.
Being man, you right in the high spot, emancipation.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you started that journey, what did you say to yourself, like, man, I'm finna get in here, and what made you go noodles and lamb? That ain't no regular combination. That's hood and exquisite.
Yeah, I wanted to do something different that everybody wasn't doing. You know, everybody selling barbecue and shit. You know, everybody. I wanted to do something that people wasn't doing, and I really started off playing around with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I started that business, I had plush. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I wanted to jump out and do something that was just mine, because I had partners at Plush. You know, I'm like, man, I want to do something that's just me. So I hopped out and started doing Lamb Chop Kings, which I started on like a little taco cart. I used to go set up outside of nightclubs and shit and make tacos out of lamb meat, quesadillas, and sell lamb chops and shit. And I started setting up outside of D-Boy, right there where I'm at, but on the sidewalk. And that shit just started cracking. And like, I knew that building was empty, you know, but I never really looked at it like, man, let me get a building. Right. I never really thought of it like that until the demand started getting bigger, you know. But the concept came from, I like lamb, and everywhere I go in restaurants, people don't know how to make it. It always tastes real wild and gamey. Yeah, so, but I know how to make it though. Right. So, and then the noodles concepts come from my kids. Like, they won't just let you make them just a regular little cup of noodles. They want shrimp and sausage and onions. Yeah. So I just started fucking with that, just see where it went and tried it out, and man, that shit just went to another level. That's a lot of concept. I had my first, like, I used to eat the noodles. Didn't even like noodles. My chick at the time, she made a bad motherfucking, she put the noodles in there with the broccoli, with the corn, with the shrimp. I was like, the sauce on one thing, I whip it up. I'm like, man, that shit, they're fire in the motherfucker. And it's crazy because I was like, man, if nigga make like this ain't no spread, this a real gourmet meal. It's a meal, it just got noodles in it. It just got noodles in it. So to take that concept and put it out there for our people, we can relate to it so much because we used to the spreads and you know what I'm saying, making a meal out of pretty much nothing. That's a survival meal, but it's like, elevated. It's an elevated survival meal. So being that you have had all these different concepts and businesses, what would you say the number one thing to you and how to like stay so adamant about your entrepreneurship? Like what keep you going? I know it can be kids, your children, but what is it like to say, man, you know what? I'm finna get out here and be in front of this stand and grind this shit out. Like, man, it's nothing like, nothing feel better than making a profit off of something you created, making a living off something you created, you know? And I'm big on not working for people, you know what I'm saying? I instill this in my kids, like, you wanna go to college, you can, but if you don't, I don't never expect you to go fill out no application for nobody. you know. And then it's like, once again, I never invest in something that I don't enjoy doing. I don't invest in businesses because, you know, people will be like, oh, this doing good right now. Let me open up this. Let me open up. That's when I was doing the taxes. I did that because it was popping at that point, but I hated it. You know what I mean? But then now it's like I'm doing what I like to do, so I don't never feel like I'm at work. Like, it's a different feeling sitting in your restaurant and see people enjoy your food. You know, like they could be anywhere eating. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different feeling, man. That's what keep me going every day.
Yeah.
Is knowing like I work for myself. You know, so.
For sure. So what are some of like the hardships that you face being an entrepreneur and, you know, trying to just make it to that next level in your businesses?
I think the hardships are the same thing. You work for yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't know. You don't got no check coming on Friday. You ain't got no guaranteed check coming. You still got to pay your staff. You know what I mean? If it gets slow, you got to be creative and figure out another way to get another hustle going. It's just, you on that island by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no life vest for you. You on that island, you got to figure it out.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And I think that's what most people don't understand, like taking that chance and actually saying, you know what, I'm finna see this all the way through and not giving up. Because I done seen you do a lot of shit since you've been in Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always, you always trying to elevate it. Like you said, you was at Plus, so you said, fuck it, I'm finna take a step out on my own and do my own thing.
Yeah.
And what I like about Leighton's is, you know, you showing I know where your daughter, you had your daughter in there sometimes working with you. And so how is that for your legacy? Like, can you speak on that? Like, having a business and having your children help you with that?
So my kids been in all my businesses since they was 2 and 3, since they was able to walk around and take the trash out, sweep. They all just always had them around it just so they can understand, like, this where daddy at, you know. Sometimes daddy can't always be in the house with you all day. Or, you know, I might miss a game or two, you know, but this, you know, like, you since they can remember, this is what daddy been doing. He been hustling. So they appreciate those things, and they appreciate $1 too, you know. So it ain't always with their hand out, you know. It's like they understand the value of working for what you want.
Yeah, for sure. So what's a typical day of Laybo when it comes down to running a restaurant? Give me from wake up to going open up shop to closing down shop. What's that day look like for you?
Man, my wake up first is get my kids situated, get them to school. Next, I'm making sure all my staff are already up, because believe it or not, you got to babysit grown folks. So I'm calling all my staff, making sure they woke. You know, who gonna be on time, who gonna be off, who ain't gonna be in today. And then I do my own restaurant runs, like, because I like to keep track of my own inventory. I like to keep track of what money I spend. So every day I go do my own inventory and do my own setup. I got a pretty strong team when it comes to like prepping and stuff. So they pretty good at getting in and prepping and stuff like that once I get everything dropped off. And my team right now pretty good. I can leave it in their hands, you know, go get my kids from school or go do something else I need to do or work on another venture. And the rest of the day, they pretty much can control it. But at first, it was me all day, every day, you know.
Yeah. So when you was at that stand and that building was right there, when did you know that it was time to transition from that stand to that brick and mortar?
When I kept running out of food, and I realized I only got so much storage in these little coolers I can keep outside, you know. And then Joe, so I leased that building from Joe to own that D-boy. Like, he gave me an awesome opportunity, you know. So he used to let me keep my stuff inside sometimes before I even rented the building out, you know what I mean? And then he, you know, I went on in here and took the leap of faith. He gave me an opportunity, and it turned into this.
So do you see yourself opening up more Leighton's?
Yeah, so right now there's going to be a Leighton sit-down coming that's like dine-in. And then we have a crazy concept that we're working on right now. We're going to open 5 of them at one time. It's going to, you know, you familiar with, like, well, I don't want to say it. I got to wait till it open. I was about to, I'm going to wait till it open.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's going to be crazy.
Do you want to open one back home?
I got a Leighton's at home.
Oh, damn, yeah. Is that a sit-down or is it the same kind of concept?
It's a different concept. It's in like a lounge, like a nightclub.
That's what's up. That's hard. So how long have y'all officially been open? Like doing the actual Leighton's lamb and noodle?
2 years. It was 2 years in January.
Oh yeah. So y'all growing. So when it come down to like marketing, when it come down to promotion, what like for people that's trying to open up a business or that already had like a restaurant or any kind of business, what would you get some game on that, like the steps in doing that?
Man, I come from that game. That's what I'm seeded from, marketing and getting people. Like, I'm just good at getting people. But the biggest thing about that is you gotta have what they want. You can't. I see a lot of people that open up restaurants and sell food that they like or recipes they came up with. Or, man, you gotta sell what these people want, what they gonna eat. You know, like I ain't in this. I ain't cooking food that I only like. It's a lot of shit that I like that I won't even sell in Leighton because I don't think it'll sell in Houston. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta have what they want.
Right.
That's with anything. That's with clothing lines. Anything. You gotta have what these people want. That's it.
So if it was one thing that you could put on the menu that you like for yourself, what would it be?
We got St. Louis. It's a sandwich called St. Paul sandwiches. They from Chinese. They from all the Chinaman restaurants in St. Louis. But it's like bread. It's like, all right, so it's like whatever meat you choose, and it's in an egg with onions and bell peppers, and it's with mayonnaise and it's bread. It pickles and onions. It's like a hood sandwich, but I don't think they eat it down here.
You gotta try it.
It's
You
crazy.
gotta run it. You gotta run it one
It's
time.
crazy. I don't think they try because a lot of people like y'all Chinese food way different than where we from.
What's the difference in it?
Like for one, it's our rice way more darker than y'all's. Like y'all rice is like real, like light colored. Ours got a little bit more grease to it. It's it's just a little more.
Yeah,
Got a little more behind it.
When you go back home, what do you say to yourself? Like, shit, this ain't nothing like back in Houston. Like things that you run into out there as an adult now.
Bro, when I go home, I go to my mama's house. I eat the food that I missed, and I see my granny, and I'm in the crib.
Yeah.
I don't go out. It's just a simple fact of the city. Is just, when I go to St. Louis, it's like a gray cloud. The sun could be out, but it feel cloudy. It's just that type of city, bro. You can go to the best places in the city, and you feel just like you out of place. Like you ain't gonna. It just don't feel right, bro. It's just. But that's the Midwest, period.
Yeah.
Midwest like
do
that.
got like that.
My best friend, he from Chicago, so we go to Chicago a lot, and it just feel like that. Gas stations, I got the door open with the tool on the seat. It's just a lot. Like I don't stop at red lights. Like, yeah. But people be thinking I be playing. Like, man, it can't be that bad. All right, take your ass up there.
See for yourself.
Go to that corner store right there, and look unfamiliar.
Yeah. So how important is that to you to keep that discipline and know like, hey, look, I emerged from this shit. I come visit, but this is not the place I'm finna hang out and pop it at. Like, how important that is?
It's very important, man. I done had too many partners go home and visit and get out and get smoked. You know what I'm saying? And I even bring those qualities down here to Houston with me. Like, I move like that still. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't never feel comfortable. Like, I ain't comfortable around no niggas. I don't hang out with niggas. You know, I don't go in niggas' hoods. I just don't do it. You'll never see nobody in my passenger seat. That's just always how I operated, you know what I'm saying? I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's how I am too. Like I was, if 15, 16, I was down there killed, you know what I'm saying, home invasion. So I'm real strict on just protocol, policy on how I move, you know what I'm saying? Like my boy right here, outside of childhood homeboys, like it ain't no, hey, we finna ride together, we finna pile up in the car. Oh, no, sir.
Ain't none of that.
I might have to,
if I wanna
I
leave,
ain't got time to break down why we need to go right now. You know what I'm saying?
If I wanna leave, I wanna leave. That's just it, period. Then I don't know what niggas got on their mind. Niggas might really like me, but don't love me. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of shit. Like, ain't no telling if, it's just a lot. In Houston, bro, it's a lot of envious behind females in Houston. I ain't never seen how tender a nigga can be till I moved to Houston.
Yeah.
It's some tender niggas down here.
Yeah, it always be behind a female out here. know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. Me being from here, like,
Y'all
even
supposed
like,
to be players down here.
exactly, even like from high school, like, if a nigga don't like me, 9 times out of 10 is behind a bro.
They said
bro.
pimp.
Like,
they said what would they be saying? Pimp C would be so upset with you.
man,
Niggas.
that nigga be highly upset. And the crazy part about it, it's so many women.
It is. It's a lot of.
It's
It's a
too
lot of
many.
females down here.
It's
a lot of
too
women down
many.
here.
So why go outside behind one? Bro, this shit, I think the ratio right here like, nah, it's like 8-1. Yeah, Houston like 8-1, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of tenderness
Like-
down here. See, in St. Louis, you really can't like you can have a conversation with a nigga about a female, but if you call a nigga, and like, bro, that's like automatic. Like you fuck around, and be on World Star.
Are you serious?
Did you call me?
Yeah, man.
That
So
shit different.
we got the CEO and founder of Leighton right here, man. Days of operation, times.
Man, open 6 days a week, only close on Mondays. We open at 2 in the morning every day. We got 2 locations. We got one in Midtown, 606 Denner Street. We opened the food hall over there, so we got 4 different restaurants inside of one location with a full bar. We just opened that up. We got the original location, 3rd Ward, and we got a sit-downs location coming real soon.
So we got 5 locations coming at once, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
the next
That's the
move.
next level. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate you for coming sit down.
Man,
with me,
I
my
appreciate
guy.
the opportunity, man.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
We got Laybo right here, Leighton's, you know what I'm saying, over there in 3rd Row, right next to D-Boy. You can't miss it. You need that lamb. You need them noodles. They got some badass tacos, for sure. I ain't never had no taco with no asparagus as the lettuce.
Yeah.
That's hard. How you come up with that?
I'm a foodie, bro.
Yeah, that's
I just like to try different shit.
Yeah,
I go to a restaurant and eat what they have, and I go home and like try to make it on my own, like make my way.
I can dig that for sure. So ladies, man, make sure y'all stop by 6 days a week, only closed on Mondays. They open at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir.
So,
right in that tray, 4405 Emancipation Avenue.
yes, sir. Make sure y'all stop through there, man. PBG Unplugged. We out, man. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, my
Yeah,
man.
for sure. I'm gonna get a drop from you. I'm gonna move that chair in the middle.
All right.
Do a little drip drop. Hit the stop on the recorder, Cam.